Hey guys, it's Core, and I would like to tell you the story of how I won a fight thanks to a video game. And that video game just so happens to be Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. If you're familiar with the game, there are three styles. Boxing, the second being karate. I forgot what it was specifically. Shotokan. Let's just call it karate. And the third one that we'll be highlighting would be kickboxing. And there's this move in the game where, if I remember correctly, I forgot the combination, but you get CJ to grab the back of the enemy that you're attacking and you knee him. It was also strong too, which is why I preferred it over the other two. So anyways, there was this back in middle school. Okay, so I went to two middle schools, but this one middle school I went to that I used to go to before I moved was just too ghetto for me. And there was this kid and I, let's call him Jay. We didn't like each other. We were rivals. Well, not rivals. We didn't really like each other. I forgot the reason though. So one day I got out of class one time. I think it was lunch or passing period. I think it was lunch. I had a baseball cap on my head, and when I got out of class, I started to realize that he was following me out of nowhere. He grabs my hat and then he just throws it on the floor. Well, not directly, but he just throws it like a frisbee onto the floor. I was just minding my business, okay? And I wasn't really provoking him. I was just walking towards the playground. And I pick up my cap. I just put it on. Although I was frustrated on the inside, I wasn't really looking for any trouble. And I go by the I enter the playground, go by the apparatus or jungle gym, head to my usual spot, and I see Jay. He's blocking me. He's not. There's two ways to get out. One's over the small fence, and the other is just which doesn't require elevated surface. It's the same level, and he just so happens to block the ladder. Of course, I could have just ran up the slope and jumped over the small fence that led to the gym. Honestly, I don't know why I didn't do that. Other than that, I felt trapped on the other side of the fence. No, not the small fence, but a big fence. There was about 3 to 4 girls. They were watching what was about to unfold. Then out of nowhere, the girls started chanting, "Jay, Jay, Jay." My mind immediately took in the situation that I was placed in. I was in a fight. Jay was blocking the exit. Well, one of the exits. We were still outside. While the girls were chanting, my most of my focus was on Jay. A few seconds after the girls were chanting his name, I, out of nowhere, not out of instinct, but just from what I remembered, rushed towards him, grabbed the back of his neck, and started kneeing him with my right knee. And he didn't even try to escape. He just took it. And then I just kept kneeing him. And then after about 5 knees, it sunk into the girls that Jay wasn't going to win. So we went from Jay, 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 Jay. And I just kept kneeing him. I didn't let go. And the only reason I stopped is because an adult popped out of nowhere behind Jay, and I think he told us to stop. I don't exactly remember all the juicy details. I just remember that there were people who wanted me to get hurt, and they didn't see that. So I let go. I let go of Jay's face, but I only did it quickly because I didn't want him to punch me. And then I see his face red. It's not bloodied or anything. Red. I don't remember if he was crying. Maybe it was my blows that was making his face look that way. But other than that, I came out safe. And for some reason, he started respecting me. He started treating me nicely. And the last, maybe final time I'm ever gonna see him was, somewhere around high school when I was biking near my old middle school, and he just greeted me. He had no contempt against me. He was just I gained his respect after kneeing his face. And you know, I didn't really care much about it back in middle school. After pummeling his face with my leg, after he respected me, I didn't really care much about it. I just wanted him to leave me alone, and so he did. So yeah, that's pretty much it. GTA San Andreas kickboxer fighting style saved me with a grapple plus knee move. Keep in mind, I was studying Taekwondo back in middle school. I should have moved on from Taekwondo to something else back then, because when I got into fights in middle school, I hardly used any Taekwondo. I mainly used my hands. Bottom line, if you're gonna put your kid in martial arts, do your research. Don't just randomly find a martial arts center, rely on your intuition and your knowledge of movies, and say, hey, I'm busy, I need somebody to take care of my kids, let me just put them in this random dojo or whatever. I should have done kickboxing or Muay Thai back then, now that I've looked back. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for clicking this video. Take care.